Question 24. Bill works for a computer service center. The table shows some information about the length of time of the phone calls Bill has had. So we've got our table and it says on the grid we're asked to draw a histogram to show this information. Okie doke. So what we need to ensure we know is, well, we're talking about histograms, and for GCSE level we should know that with a histogram, the area of the bar, it's a bit like a bar chart, the area of the bar is equal to the frequency. Now, if we go back to our diagram here at the bottom, we're going to have we'll have the width of the bar, or what we call the class width, and the height of the bar is what we call, in this case, the frequency density. So the frequency density times by its class width is our frequency. Now, it hasn't told us explicitly in the question what frequency is. You need to realize that number of calls is basically telling you the frequency of the calls. And then looking at the top row, we can see the time in minutes. We can work out our class widths from here. So for this particular one on top, we can see the class width is 10. We can see that the class width here is 5. The class width here is 5. The class width here is 10. And here it's 15. Now, we're going to want to work out frequency densities. I know the frequency, so I know this. I seem to know the class width, and I'm asked to work out the frequency density. We're going to have to do a little bit of manipulation here. The frequency density is going to be found by doing the frequency divided by the class width. So we're going to need to do that for these values. We're going to do the frequency 12 divided by 10 to get our frequency density. 12 divided by 10 is going to be 1.2. Then we're going to do 15 divided by 5 to get 3. We're going to do 13 divided by 5. So if you're a little bit unsure how to do that, 13 over 5, going to go in twice with a remainder 3. So we got 3/5. 3/5 is 0.6. Got to be 2.6. We're going to do 18 divided by 10 to get 1.8. And we're going to do 3 divided by 15, which is going to look something like this, 3 over 15. And let's see if we can simplify that. That would be the same as 1 over 5, which is the same as 0.2. So now I know all my frequency densities. I know my class widths. We should be able to construct the histogram relatively quickly. Before I do so, I'm going to want to work out a sensible scale here. Let's have a look. The biggest value we have from our list is 3, the smallest being 0.2. Let's have a look. If we do 1, 2, 3, let's go with that being 1, that being 2, and that being 3. And let's see if we can work it out from here. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. That's clearly 0.5. So each line is going to be 0.1. Okay, so we now need to draw a rectangle that has a height of 1.2 and a width of 10. So you would get your ruler out and you'd mark it off. I know that the width is going to go from 0 to 10, and it's got to go up to 1.2. Well, that's 1 there. Each line is worth 0.1. It's going to go there. Next, we're going to go from 10 to 15. So a bar width of 5, and the height has to be 3. So like so. Then we got to go up 2.6, and the bar width is going to be 5 again. Let's see, there's 2.5 there. 2.6 going to have to be there. Bar width of 10 and up to 1.8. So up as far as there, and 1.8. Let's see, that's 1.5, 6, 7, and 1.8. And then finally, bar width of 15 up to 0.2. That's going to be quite a small rectangle height-wise, but quite wide. So there we go. And that should complete the histogram for a total of 3 marks.